Howdy folks, this is Checkers, back again with another episode of our Nickel Tour Let's Play of Conan Exiles, this time with episode 5, which completes our Nickel Tour. If you want to see more of Conan Exiles, let me know in the comments. For now, I am basically in the position where the character for the last few episodes was building a base. If you want to see where that is on the map, that is right here. And we started out roughly down here. We were at the Shattered Bridge, which is here. And so our lagoon with our crocodiles is right here. And as I said, this is where the Let's Play character's base was. This is my Pathfinder character. So as we turn around, there is nothing here. But we are very close to that source of iron, so this character actually does have some small base structure here. And if we just come over this way a little bit, we'll find it. Oh, there you can see a little bit of our staircase. And as we move up, a couple of our volunteer guards, and this is my current Pathfinder character in medium armor from the DLC, and these are Thralls, some Dafari fighters and an archer that basically were the first people I tried to capture, because they were the first people I really ran into after I had built this thing, which is what you use to capture folks. Well, to convert them, let's say. I like to think of it as the wheel of re-education, if you're a Simpsons fan, or at least just re-education. Anyway, we want to take that spoiled meat, and this is just a copy of my character as far as I can tell, pushing the wheel. Not really sure what that means. This is a grinder. You can put bone or horn into this, and you will get bone meal. Bone meal plus putrid meat plus plant fiber will net you compost. I don't have quite enough putrid meat there. I leave food with my folks. Well, I guess I didn't leave with her. She's the newest one in this settlement, but these folks have meat and they don't eat, so it just kind of rots in their inventory. Well, hers hasn't rotted yet. Good for you. And so we could come over here and put another putrid meat in here, and something we don't have quite enough of, not sure what. But this, you don't actually turn this one on, you just put in all the ingredients, plant fiber, putrid meat, and bone meal, and it goes. This one is kind of the same, you just put bone or horn in, and it kind of goes on its own. Well, I don't know, there might be another use for bone meal, so I won't put it all in here, but I will add to this, and we'll see if it does anything. There it goes. Must need 3 bone meal minimum, or 4, 2 putrid meat, and maybe 10 plant fibers, not sure. But you'll get your compost. Now with your compost, you can build, this is a crude planter, and with seeds and, oh, did I not grab it? I thought I did. Oh, it just hasn't made it yet. Yeah, it takes a while. Anyway, once the compost is done, if you add compost and seeds to this, you will get plant fiber, so you don't really have to go out and gather it up quite as much. It makes 10 at a time. I'm not sure how many seeds it uses. I think we've seen all of these structures. Armorer's bench, blacksmith's bench, the furnace. The one thing you may not have seen in the blacksmith's bench, oh, it's actually in the furnace, I think, is missing. Where did it go? Did I put it in a box? I did. Didn't need to. This is a glass flask mold, and if you have enough So let's say we put our crystal in our furnace and we... Oh, wait. Let's remove the temptation of iron so we make glass. And the temptation of stone. And can't remember how much glass you need to actually make a flask. Let's get at least 2 pieces in here. Take the crystal out and see if that does it. No? Okay. More crystal then. I mean, you can see the recipes are not quite exact, especially since glass isn't even on here. There we go. So it must be 3. So we'll take the crystal out, and with 3 glass and this flask mold and wood, we will get our glass flask. And we can put our crystal back in there, let them make more glass. That might be why I took that out. Actually, we could just let this thing run and have fun. But I'll put that away for now. And so this is a cauldron. So you can make things like aloe extract, which is this right here. Stygian traditions of healing hold that the aloe plant contains many desirable properties. In Luxor, the aloe is harvested for use in the temples of Derketo to cleanse blemishes from the skin of the priestesses. It is often used to soothe oozing wounds, and those who ingest it claim that they feel a burst of well-being. Whether these effects are of the body or the mind is irrelevant. Ingesting aloe extract seems to give the imbiber a regenerative health effect. In other words, it's a health potion. And you don't actually need flasks for it, which I didn't know right away. But if you remember our friends, I believe it's called cochineal, I don't really know how to pronounce that word. So we need one of them. And let's see, here we go. And come over here and throw him in and cook. Oh, wait, sorry, I lied. This one's a little different. You, of course, have to come over here and tell it what you want it to do first, and then craft, and turn it on, and it will whip up a red dye. Now, my stuff is already red, but it came that way. You can see her, armor has green around the collar and sleeves. If we take her armor, and I think I might have to wear it to do this, so let's try it. I'm going to borrow your armor for a minute, miss, and then come here and dye. I can choose this red dye, I think. That did not seem to work, did it? Huh. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure what I did wrong there. Still not sure what I did wrong. Okay, here we go. Let's put her clothes back on. Sorry about that, ma'am. I tried to get you reds. It actually worked on this one. This was the one that I was wearing originally. I dyed it red when I first tried it. And yeah, not sure why that didn't work. But, you know, that's what you get for semi-live television, huh? Alright, and let's see. We have an iron warhammer here. Blood. Not too much fascinating in that box. Have picked up a few war paints from the Defari cannibals. And we've got some fangs and horns and feathers. Oh my. And oh yes, over here, we're climbing the torch, if you're wondering what exactly it is we're climbing. But hey, creative. This is the altar of Ymir. At the beginning we picked the religion of Ymir, so we can make things like a hoarfrost hatchet, which is astonishingly weak. When you create things, you make these manifestations of zeal. I don't know how often I made one of these. I didn't get one, but as you make items of faith, apparently you get these manifestations of zeal, which you can use to upgrade to a blooded altar. So, go Team Ymir. And let's see, anything else we left out here? One thing, this is the Carpenter's Bench. We'll take a look at this at another position. But here you can make more advanced arrows and better bows, which I do actually have. This one does 7 health damage. And elevators, which I haven't tried. That is fascinating. I'm not sure why that happened. I think it's this to close that. Every once in a while I touch something and open up chat, and I am not sure. It's almost as if I'm hitting numlock, but I'm almost positive that I'm not. Now, we're going to go visit one of my other positions, but I need some iron, so I will grab that iron, and we will meet again in a few moments. Actually, if you want to see how the iron two-handed sword goes, this is going to be a fairly good example. Okay, and again, I have better luck with the regular hatchet on these guys than I do with the skinning knife. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way or not. We can do another quick battle here. Oh, he got me. Okay. And there's some crystal and a rock nose head, which we don't really need. I have several. Back to iron. Okay, I'm not sure if we've run into these before, but they are somewhat annoying. Ooh, ran into some spikes. They have a charge attack. That little move he did there, it will knock you down. Other than that, they're a bit pushovers. At least for the iron two-handed sword, great sword. Let's use our skinning knife. We get 5 hide, 5 feathers. It varies. Sometimes you get all feathers or all hide. And, of course, get out of that way of that charge attack first. And then we're good to go. So in this is where we are basically to get more of our iron. There's another one of these wonderful birds setting up his charge attack, and then donating himself to the cause in feathers. Okay, and we've got some iron here. I'm going to keep going here gathering iron because there's something else I want to show you right around the corner. In one of the previous episodes, we had to scout a Dafari camp. And I'm going to eat a little bit to regenerate. Switch back to our greatsword. And there is another Dafari camp, so my structure is right on the other side of these rocks. Just right around here. And well, there are just worlds of these birds here. Well, I got too close to the charge attack. It must have kind of an area of effect at the end there. Anyway, let's loot the bird. There is a little bit more iron here, and of course, some Dafari as well. See if we can get some iron without setting them off. No, of course not. He's got a bit of a headdress on, which I think means he's a... Whoa! That sounded like somebody is, yep, over to the side there. So we're going to get around the corner here, deal with this one very, very quickly, and then we're going to charge up on our archer and deal with him soundly. And let's see if they had anything fun. Well, you know, I always need plant fiber. Stone we're probably okay for at the moment. I'm gonna grab some more iron while they're being patient on the floor. And, oh yeah, I should probably have a bite to eat. Maybe drop some stone. We're getting stone as we get iron as well. More plant fiber. Take the grease orb. I don't really use them. Uh-oh. Someone else wants to talk. Wow, lots of someone else's. Great thing about greatsword is that sort of cleave attack. Ooh, we are... need to get out of that archer's line of sight. Okay, and I still don't really like where this is going, so I'm going to come over here, drink that quick, get some aloe potion regeneration going, and then we will charge out after that archer. What happened to the archer? Well, I need arrows, so I'm going to grab those and the plant fiber. I need lots and lots of arrows, and I will explain that later. Still not sure where that archer went. Maybe he ran back to home. Or maybe he just got confused. Either way, there is one of these fabulous birds. Not entirely sure what they're called. There's our archer, coming back home after a long, hard day's getting lost. Hi there. I would like to welcome you home. And thank you for your donation of arrows. Light dye colorant. I am not sure what that does, but you know what? We'll take it. All in all, I am having so much fun with this game, it's hard for me to even describe it. I love games where my mind can get lost in all the nooks and crannies trying to figure things out. And this game is certainly that. Ooh, blood. That's odd. The blood usually gets off on the second floor. Okay, some hides, some feathers, yellow dye, iron head arrows, plant fiber. We'll take all that. The rest they can keep. The iron warhammer was okay, but it has a lot of momentum, which means it's great for a cleave attack, but it also keeps you going after you swing. So it can take a while to recover. It's not too bad once you get used to it, but I prefer the greatsword in that it is a bit more reactive. Okay, I think we will step away here and meet up again in a few moments. So I also need some bark back at the base I'm currently operating out of. So we're going to collect some of this on our way there, using our iron pick to get the most out of it that we can. I have 3 bases at the moment, and in a moment I will show you what was basically my first established base. Okay, let's go. Now, I said that we were heading to my first established base, but I did make a couple of little outposts before that. This is one of them. This is where I had my original staircase to heaven character, building a staircase all the way up that to get to that tower, which that would be a lovely, I'll show you on the map, we're right here, would be a lovely place to build up there, but the tower, as far as I can tell, doesn't really do anything, at least nothing that I know of. This is a little bit of shelter I built just sort of in memory of that place. and it was actually pretty conveniently located near water and wood, and of course hide and food, and even a couple of surly humans. Hello, surly humans. Come, we shall talk of many, many things. At least for a very, very short time. Ooh, this one has a silver coin. I've picked up about 4 of those so far. This one has some more arrows. There are dungeons in Conan Exiles. There's also a loot box right over here. Actually, bones can make arrows. And the boss, I've gotten to the dungeon. It was spookier than I thought it would be. Kind of fun. Very much more dungeon than a lot of dungeons I've seen in other things. It feels unfinished. It feels a little broken. I would take you in it to try and do the boss fight, but I feel that might be a little spoilerish if you're interested in the game. Plus, it's going to take like 1,000 arrows for me to kill him. Literally, that's not figurative. I imagine it's going to take me somewhere around 1,000 arrows. Unless I do something else, level up to improve my ranged combat. I can't seem to get near him. He's in the middle of an acid pool and doesn't seem to do anything. Like, if you get close, you don't draw him out to you. He just kind of sits there happily waddling in the middle of his pool. Hyenas. I used to absolutely hate these, but you know what? I absolutely adore their pelts. And with an iron greatsword, they are absolute pushovers. You know, when you can actually hit them. Okay. Alright, I won't go after all the hyenas. I won't go after all the hyenas. Focus on the candy. Focus on the candy. There are more hyenas here. So in the distance there you can see a strange staircase. That is where I was first building any kind of real base here. Okay. And we will accidentally pick up some bugs using our skinning knife. Just kind of show you this base quick. Thing is, just don't even remotely hesitate to build someplace if you think you might have fun, or there might be resources nearby, or something you just want to be close to. For me, this structure and the one up top evolved out of the fact that this is exactly where I ran into my first sandstorm that killed me. Before any of this was here, there was just stairs at that time. I was building up here because I figured this would be an awesome place as a defensive position. So this was my first little more serious base. I'm going to leave that iron there, even though it's tempting to take. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it and trade it. You take... That will give you 100 iron, but this will give me 76 that's already made. That way, there's some here if I need it. Had my first little house with an armorer's bench. And my armor needs a little bit of repair. I picked up some Dafari drums, which you can actually use as decorations. If we grab that and say, put it there, we can use it and place it in the environment, and hey, you know what? Add a little decoration to our home. This is a larger campfire. It may have some benefits, but it feels to me like it goes through wood a bit faster than the regular campfire. Now, I could be wrong about that. I'm not entirely sure. Another altar of Ymir. And those folks over there gazing jealously at my homestead. Alright. And this, there is a big city right here. I have not been in there yet. Mainly because I have the attention span of a goldfish and keep getting distracted and doing so many... There are just so many things to do. It astonishes me. It is so much fun. Okay. I still need to heal. Let's have some bugs, because why not? And an exotic fish. Okay, we'll talk about the exotic fish in a moment. Well, when we get back to the base I'm currently operating out of, which I'm also currently trying to convert a Thrall. And one thing about converting Thralls is it takes a really long time, so you have a lot of time to build. So that base is actually a bit more... I don't know if it's quite as big as the one by Iron, but it's maybe a bit more thought out. And it is exactly where we started with our first Let's Play character. Well, not where we started, but where we first put down a foundation. Hyena pelts. To hide per pelt. Oh, you know what? Over here, we are currently right here. And we're going to head back here. So Iron was up here by Dust Devil Ridge, and we are currently here. My little base is right about here. There's the big city. You start all the way back here. We're heading now to here, but I wanted to show you. I don't know if we can see them easily from here, but for those who love their giant spiders, I have not engaged one yet. There's some crocodiles who always yell at me, but you can see on that ridge there, I'll zoom in a bit, there is a giant spider. And there is currently some poor sod fighting the giant spiders. I've seen a three-way battle between the poor sods, the spiders, and the crocodiles. So never a dull moment here in Conan Exiles. And yeah, I've come to grips with the fact that the game is just made for third person now. It was actually more, it favored more first person, I think, when I first tried it, but it doesn't have, it has a place to enter your field, your horizontal field of view, but you can't change it. At least I haven't figured out how to do it without, well, it's still Unreal. We could probably get into an INI file to do it, but when I zoom in, this is like 60 degrees, which is really, really not good enough. It should be somewhere between 90 and 100. Oddly enough, you can change your vertical field of view at will on a slider. Go figure. Okay, we'll meet again at the, well, our original place. Okay, and we met some more excited folks who just really wanted to say hi. Glowing essence, not sure what it does, but we'll take it. And we are coming up on the shattered bridge, as you can see. The bridge is a little less shattered, and as we get closer, we'll probably be able to see that. You can see the sort of gossamer structure in comparison that I've built as I tried to bridge the gap. And it might be slightly spoilerific, but I'll try and take you up there and show you why I did that as well. But there's some of the support structure that I built just to build the bridge. And I kind of think that would be like one of the ultimate places to have a base. It wouldn't be very big, but wow, would it be difficult to do anything to it. Okay, and we are coming up now on my current base I'm currently operating out of, which has gone through significant improvement. When we started the Let's Play, we ended the first episode and began the second at this well, this bridge support right here. And I've now built a fence around it, but this is my current base that I'm using because it's the closest one to that dungeon. And so I've rebuilt almost everything, so it's more convenient. Here we have our Wheel of Pain. I don't have a compost heap here, so the putrid meat is just putrid meat. We actually also have a Sumerian exile who has been re-educated to help with the cause. Let's just get rid of this putrid meat right here, and let me drop a few things off around the base, and then we'll grab our Thrall. And I've already built her armor. And let's see, hide. Let's put some hide here. And this needed bark to run. And now we can go back into leather production. And we have our furnace here. And we can put our iron in. And set that off so that we get more iron bars. I'm not entirely sure you have to take this out. Well, I guess maybe so if I don't want another flask. Turns out though I wouldn't mind one, so I'm gonna let it roll the way it is. Now, I picked up some aloe leaves, and we have some here already. Aloe leaves, there they are. Okay, so if we want to make aloe extract, we can make one to basically replace the one that I used. So let's just turn this on. And you can see they take a while. So I don't mind if it makes it all. I will step away from there. And some other things to drop off around. Let's split this iron. There we go. Here. And just for fun, we'll craft up an elevator. Right? Elevator vertical. Good. Just to see what it looks like. Since I have so much built up there, I kind of want to build an elevator up to the bridge. We've got more torches and light going here. Much more intricate at the moment for me, base, but I can certainly see it expanding oh so considerably from here. Oh yes, our Sumerian exile. Okay, so you grab your exile out. When you capture someone, you use this truncheon to kind of conk them on the head until they're out. Then you use fiber bindings. You just kind of put them in here and connect it to the person and drag them up to the wheel. It wouldn't really work in this base at the moment. I'd have to break this fence. But without the fence, creatures wander in, and these exiles aren't quite strong enough to deal with them yet. Let's put another guard. This exile here, so put her in your hotbar and press the 7 key. And yeah, all my exile or all my thralls are female, but that's kind of actually been a coincidence so far. Everyone that's survived to be conked on the head has actually been, well, these people. She almost killed me. She was in like just rags and a stone sword, and I was in this armor and with the truncheon, and she still almost killed me. Okay, so we want to gather up our, let's see, we have coat and arms and legs and feet, and come over here and we give her coat, arms, legs, and feet. And now she has some armor. Okay, and since this stuff is fairly useless, we will just drop it. It will disintegrate over time, a very short period of time. And now we have 2 guards here. Huzzah! Also, you'll notice on a lot of these... ooh, actually, I could use some more food. And so could the wheel. There's a position for a thrall. And there is a witch doctor that could be attached to this, but I'm not sure I'm slick enough to pull that off quite yet. I just saw our elevator. I want to eat a little bit, and then we will put our savory and less than savory fish here in case we catch someone else. We'll grab our elevator and see how on earth the elevator actually even remotely functions. Let's see. Elevator, elevator. There it is. I'm not sure what a valid end location is. So, well, that's what the elevator looks like. I don't think I'm going to be able to place it yet because it'll probably take me figuring out where from up there I can drop it. So we'll go up there the old-fashioned way. Before we do that, though, we'll drop the elevator back off at the crafting table so we're not carrying the weight. And throw some hyena pelts in here. I noticed we had some spare bark. Throw the spare bark in here. We're still making our leather, which is good. And 100 stone that I don't really need to be running around with, but we're always going to need more bricks. 100 stone is 10 bricks, so it takes a while to make bricks. 38 iron, let's put that in here for right now, and then let's we're going to repair all of this armor here, and we do that in this crafting table. This is the armor, what is it called? Armorer's bench. Okay, and just click and repair. And right click from here, and it goes right back on you. And repair. And if you start on the right on a row, it'll actually go to the next thing without you having to click it. Okay, and that's on. Now we'll go over to our blacksmith's bench, put in our greatsword, put in our skinning knife and our iron pick. And repair, replace, repair, replace, and repair. But we're going to put the stone pick in for now because there's nothing out here that I really want to bang up my iron pick on. We're going to lighten our load just a little bit more. Put the crystal away. Seeds away, this dye, this glass flask, glowing essence, 8 dry wood. We'll split this and put half of it away, put the yellow dye away, and bone. Oh, we're out of space. Although I think somewhere else we might have some. Okay, bones. And yeah, 53, that's light enough. Okay, something happens when I close things, and it kills numlock. Not sure what that is. Okay, well, actually, we can get a little easier look at climbing, and I'll show you why. So this is a little bit of a spoiler. I'll put a warning here, and if you want to avoid that spoiler, you can do so. And I will try and put up another bright warning so you can fast forward the video or run through it with the time slider if you don't want to see this particular sort of spoiler. It's not really much in the way of story, but it will tell you something you may not know about the game. Get our greatsword out because... Oh, and I finally sort of figured out what these weird little guys are. They're demons. I don't know what kind of demons, but when you kill them, they give you demon's blood. So, demon. Oh, how was that very nice. So here's the start of this bridge, and you'll notice if we get close to things, here comes that spoiler, there are ghosts that sort of tell a story. And originally, somewhere around here, yes, there is a journal, and it will teach you certain things. Like this will teach you the crossed arms emote. It says, crossing the sweltering desert was an exercise in discipline. We came across a small encampment, seemingly abandoned, wary of the possibility of an ambush. We approached the smoldering embers of the campfire, but whomever had been here before us was nowhere to be seen. Unfortunately, without food to cook, we could simply stare at the embers and dream of smoking slabs of meat. To raise the mood, I described to my companion the beautiful noble women of Ophira. Braga crossed his arms and told me that I talked too much and that he wasn't interested. I offered to describe the sheep of my homeland instead. Braga thinks that we ought to travel north from here, across the bridge. I mumbled my agreement through a mouthful of broken teeth. Okay. And so this wall, if we go near it, we will get a little bit of story.
Slave,
and use it.
Know this as the road of refuge. Your people came to us as exiles, weary and harried. When we revealed ourselves, your people fell to their knees and worshipped us. In return, we fed and clothed you. But you came in untold numbers. We could not clothe you all, nor would we offer you of our water or our land. In time, this led to conflict, eventually to war. Though it caused us grief, we were forced to dominate you. Slaves to our whim, your treacherous species will never betray us again.
And this is what encouraged me to build across this bridge. Watching the ghosts cross it themselves. And as we cross through the ghosts, we can cross over to this central portion and find that there was actually nothing here. Whether that means there's nothing over there either, I don't know. But it's on my to-do list to try and get over there as well. Though it might be easier to get at it from the other side. Anyway, that is the bridge, and for the moment, the end of our spoiler, and we will meet again soon. Okay, so this base is located here. There's the shattered bridge, and this icon is actually right over the portion that I rebuilt. Now I'm going to take you over to that first dungeon. And I don't think we'll go in, but I'll at least show you where it is and the interesting quirk of getting inside. Before we do that though, let's zip on down to the river as I need a drink, but also we have fish traps here. And these just over time gather fish. They are built here with just 10 branches and 5 twine. Pretty easy and a nice steady source of food. Okay, so now we are heading over there. We're going to follow the river here to its end. There you see I have a bedroll, which I think is actually my currently selected spawn point. But And along the way here, lots of food, or, well, food too, if you want to go after shalebacks, but wood and stone and aloe, if you want to gather up aloe for the healing potions. Aloe here being these plants. Sometimes they have the red in the middle, sometimes they don't if they're smaller. Also, you will find here yellow lotus. That is this, and it can be used to make a potion that makes you hallucinate. I haven't made one to try it yet, but not sure what you hallucinate. Or maybe it's something you coat your weapons with and make others go berserk. Not sure. And that's what I love about the game. There is so much to figure out, so much to discover, and I have been enjoying the process. Okay, that sound was, I believe, a coconut falling in the past, and I'm pretty sure in the past there were coconuts, but I haven't found one. So either they are no longer in the game, or they are no longer in this position. Now, to get to the dungeon, we have to go through this camp. And if you are going to try and go to the dungeon, you will need to bring your truncheon and your fiber bindings, and I recommend leaving at least 2 of them alive, if unconscious. This one might actually be easier, as he's kind of by himself, and a lot of the others come in a group. And it's harder then to isolate someone and keep them alive to knock out. See, now, eating my heart is just not very nice. It doesn't make me feel bad about dragging you off for nefarious purposes, or re-education, as the case may be. Now, however, we are no longer interested in being less than lethal. They certainly will not be. Oh boy, it ran out of stamina at a very bad time. Stop shooting me. Okay, let's get out of the way. Ran out of stamina again, but okay. And good night. Okay, so let's grab the arrows. And nothing on you that I want. Arrows, like I said, about 1,000 arrows. That's why I was bringing iron to this base camp over here. Now let's have some fish. And, oh, hi. Okay, hello. Did you walk right up to me? All by your lonesome? That was very kind of you. Okay, volatile gland. I think those can be used for explosives, but I am not sure. Going to have more fish. Going to need more food. You have glass. Alright, I will take that. And have some bugs. Because who doesn't love a handful of bugs? There are more folks over there. And more over here. Well, hi! Okay. And you have 2 water orbs, which can be apparently thrown to put out fires. I think you might actually be able to drink from them too. Another ghost here. And she has another book that will teach you another emote. Harlot's Journal number 3. It pays to have an ample supply of lubricants and oils handy. I'm going to stop reading this one here. You go ahead and pause. Read. And release. Okay. Now, but you learn the combing hair emote from that one. Oh, hi. 4 of you are there. Let's get around this block. Let's see if we can't cut that number down a bit. Oh, come on. Okay, around the corner again. Oh, hi. Okay. Love that great sword. Nothing that I want from you. What is this? Salted berries. Expires in 4 hours. Kind of food. We'll take that. And have our bugs. And some fish because my health is kind of low. Now, remember I said that there was a medicine man? Hello, Mr. Medicine Man.
York will have your soul.
Uh-huh. I'd like your mace.
I will drink your blood.
Hey, that's not very nice, is it?
I will feast upon you.
Yep, I got that. Feasting. Right. Oh. Okay. Alright, fine, be that way. He was not a level 2 medicine man the last time I ran into him. So I guess that's good for me if I can knock him out. Basically, you get 1 hit and then pull away. Just hit him and back out. Hit him, back out.
York will have your soul.
Nope. Above his health, there's a blue line. That's his stamina or his consciousness, at least. We get that down, and he's unconscious. Come on. Come on. Okay, he's down. Okay, we're going to leave him there for a moment. And we left someone alive over here. I am a bit banged up. Going to have some food. And so we grab our rope and attach the rope to our individual here. I'm going to switch weapons in case we do run into someone. And we drag our friend to our destination. There are, I think, 2 loot boxes in this camp. And that, right there, that friendly welcoming structure, is the dungeon known as the Dregs. Where is that medicine man? I don't want to lose him. He's right there. Okay. I think we're taking him home to be our alchemist. Okay. And maybe if he's really, really nice, we'll let him drink someone's blood. So, why am I dragging a body in here? Good question. Let's let the ghosts answer. Spoilers, if you want to look away, now's the time. Well, that was interesting. So what you're saying is, if I bring this guy here and just, oh, I don't know, spill some blood on this stone, something might happen? Huh. So that's not the entrance. This is. And if you want to learn about the dungeon, you can do so by approaching one of these.
Flows through our city.
However, if you spend the time to listen to this, this will close, which is why I recommend
to sustain us.
you keep 2 people alive.
Carry away the waste from the city, washing it away in a torrent of pure, clean water. Slave, you have been chosen to maintain those sewers, to sweep away the debris and creatures which gather in the foul-smelling darkness. Be honored, bonded one, and be wary. Strange things grow in the gloom of those tunnels.
Well, that was a friendly warning from whoever those folks were. I think they might be referred to as the Ancients, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But I think I'm going to bring my friend the Medicine Man here back home, rather than split him open, and invite him to rethink his life choices and maybe join Team Checkers. But I think that will wrap up our 5th episode of our nickel tour, and 5 being the value of a nickel, well, that will end our nickel tour Let's Play. If you want to see more, let me know. I am more than happy to play and make videos in Conan Exiles. And I'm sure I can be reasoned with just keeping an eye out all around me. It's still Conan Exiles. Alright, for the moment though, I would like to say thank you for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe even just a little informative. I would like to invite you to subscribe. Thank you kindly if you are already subscribed. I would also like to invite you to like and share if you so desire. And hey, if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Most of all though, I would like to ask you to please, take care.